our Tips and Tricks Tuesday. She's going to talk to you guys about kettlebells.
Hi, alright, so kettlebells is my favorite piece of equipment to use. It's my favorite kind of exercise. I just feel that with kettlebells it's a little bit safer, and you do get a full body exercise depending on what you're doing. You're pretty much always getting a full body exercise. That's probably why kettlebells is my favorite compared to any other equipment as dumbbells and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of basic moves with the kettlebell. Of course, our first one is the kettlebell swing. So Sierra here is going to go ahead and jump into it. So the kettlebell swing is a full body workout because we're working the shoulders, we're working the lower back to strengthen the lower back, and we're working the legs and the glutes at the top. The most important thing about kettlebell swings, which Sierra's actually doing a pretty good job at, is that people like to squat. People squat instead of hinging at the hips. We have to remember that kettlebells is all about the hips. You push your butt back and then you bring it up and you squeeze. Sierra's doing a good job. Her knees are soft, her weight is in her heels. She's stopping right at the shoulders. You never want to go past the shoulders to protect that rotator cuff. So as you can see here, she's strengthening her lower back by pushing her butt back. It's kind of like a deadlift. She's strengthening the quads at the bottom, and she's working the shoulders at the top. And then of course you got to brace your abs, right? So you're working that core. So like I said in the beginning, full body workout. Best thing about kettlebell exercises. The next one that I like, and another basic one, would be the sumo squat, plie squat. So feet nice and wide, toes turned out, arms are straight, and now you're reaching with the kettlebell straight down, and as you lift up, you're working the inner thighs. So if you want to work those inner thighs, and I know us girls always want to work the inner thighs, this is the best thing you can possibly do. You can go as heavy as you can and as heavy as you want because you're holding the kettlebell. She's doing nothing but holding it. There's no lifting of the weight, so it's actually a pretty good exercise to go heavy. As long as you just keep the weight in the heels and you let the knees open up, so your knees want to follow your toes. That's what you want to do. You got to make sure, and as you lift up, you squeeze with the inner thighs. As you can see, she adjusted and she can feel it a little bit more. All right, and then another exercise that I really enjoy with kettlebells, it's called the vertical swing. So this one's a little bit more advanced. It's adding the shoulders and it's adding more of that posture. It can so before you do this, you want to nail the kettlebell swing, but I'll show you guys real quickly, and then Sierra will show you guys. So the vertical swing is an up and over swing. So same posture, feet outside the hips, toes turned out, hinging at the hips, and as you pop up, you reach up and over and you bring it down. But what the biggest mistake is, people swing out. You don't want to swing out. So it's bringing it into that upright row. It's an overhead press, bringing it straight back down and reaching back, but you make it one nice fluid motion. You want to try it?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done that one.
No, that's probably one of my,
Yeah?
This is my favorite kettlebell move right here.
Okay, so swing out, pop it up, and then press it.
Yep, and then bring it in. So you want to keep it super close. I should be able to stand right in front of Sierra and she won't hit me. Because it's a super close movement. It's not a swinging out. And it's with that overhead press. So
I
back
like
to
this
that
one.
full body workout, and it tones those triceps at the top because you need to support that weight at the top. So if you want to try this, I definitely say start 5-10 pounds just to get the movement down, and then once you get heavier, it's all momentum, and then you'll be able to go a little bit faster. And it's that fluid motion. And those are probably my 3 favorite kettlebell moves.
What are like some of like the worst things people could do with the kettlebell? Like
The worst thing you can do is,
what's the difference? Because I know some people when they swing, they'll swing like all the way up over their head.
yeah.
Why
So
is that bad?
there's 2 types. There's an American style and there's a Russian style. The Russian style is what I do. The American style is that upswing. The reason why I think it's bad is because if you don't have full control of that weight and you go heavy, you're gonna overextend and you can pop your rotator cuff out. So it has to do with the rotator cuff. It's protecting the shoulders. So if you can't stop the kettlebell when it's supposed to stop and you keep going, you're gonna hurt the shoulders, you're gonna arch your back, and you're gonna blow your lower back out. So it's just more, I guess you can say, more advanced.
Okay.
If you are really good at kettlebells, if you've had some training, then you can do that. It's not necessarily wrong. It's a little dangerous. That's all. But they're both good, as long as you take baby steps. So that's why I like to tell my clients and my members is stop at the shoulders. It's just to protect it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it. I mean, everything else is pretty good.
All right, guys. That was our Tips and Tricks Tuesday video. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Sabrina.
You're welcome.